Hey guys, look, it might be a wrap for some of these media companies. It might be a wrap, right? Guys, in this video, we have Bill O'Reilly going toe-to-toe with Chris Cuomo, okay? And they're basically going to be talking about what's going on, especially, and I know you guys have been noticing what's going on with MSNBC and a lot of these really, really extreme left publications, right? A lot of them are under fire, especially even after the election, right? After the results. And let's just be frank, we're back to watching football. We're back to watching basketball. I mean, the election's done. So now you're starting to see him scramble, right? And basically, I mean, they make a lot of good points. They go at it, and we're going to see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen. If I were to sit here and tell you that, I'd be lying, all right? So without further ado, we get right into it. Let's rock.
Speak about that because I thought he was giving outstanding, commentary as it pertains to MSNBC and what the future holds. And I'll leave it to you, Bill, to go from there.
Go ahead, Bill.
Well, here's what happened with Joe and Mika. They were ordered to go to Mar-a-Lago by Comcast, the parent company out of Philadelphia. They just didn't show up, okay? And Trump said, oh, this is great. Here they come, gonna kiss my you-know-what, and we'll get photo ops, which they did. But Comcast said, you two, we're going to have to try to mend some cliche fences, and you two are going to go in there, and you're going to try to tamp it down. Because Comcast knew the next day they were going to announce that MSNBC is vapor. That is a huge meteor story.
Why is it vapor? Just because they're spinning it off and putting them in the... Well, they're spinning off a bunch of brands.
There's no spin-off.
There is. It's a spin-off company.
There's no spin-off. See, you buy the propaganda, Cuomo.
Oh, okay.
See what I mean about
I'm just saying
people?
what's being reported.
All right.
But what do you know?
Yeah, I know, but why would you believe what's being reported? You want the real story? Here it comes.
Please.
So they're uncoupling their word, Comcast, MSNBC from NBC News. That means MSNBC has no resources at all. None. They're not going to be able to pay these people millions of dollars, Rachel Maddow, whatever she's making. NBC News is saying, we don't want you around. Why? Because NBC News' numbers, Lester Holt and the Today Show, are catastrophe because half the country equates NBC News with MSNBC and they won't watch. So NBC is desperately trying to save the mothership of information, and they have to throw MSNBC overboard. They're not putting anything into MSNBC. They want to sell it. So where's Georgie Soros now? Georgie's buying radio stations. You can get MSNBC for nothing. They'll give it to you. They don't want any more of this. Why? Because it's hateful. Not because it's so far left. The whole NBC Comcast hierarchy is far left. But it's hateful. They hate Trump. They hate people who vote for Trump. Everybody knows that. And you know what's next? The View. ABC News is going to have to cut.
Uh-oh. Hey. The biggest videos I have on this channel are me reacting to The View. So this is actually pretty interesting. Let me know what you guys think about if they were to do this.
Ties with The View. And you saw that today or yesterday when Sonny Hostin had to read a legal statement in the middle of a segment. The lawyers get Whoopi Goldberg's ear and it said, we're bringing a statement in on a teleprompter. She reads it. So it is over for these far left networks. Done, never coming back. Dracula's stake in the heart. Who benefits? News Nation may, but CNN, which is on the ropes too, will probably get some MSNBC viewers.
But the thing is, I feel like CNN saw this coming because I don't know if you guys have noticed, they have definitely been trying to toe the line of, no, we are fair, even though obviously that hasn't been the case through history, right? Just showing the videos that they show and obviously the stance that they take, right? Which I'm not knocking them for. Everybody has their own opinion and every company can do whatever they want. I don't own the company, so you do what you want with your company, right? But they have definitely been towing the line of, no, we're in the middle, right? Which is not the case. And quote me if I'm wrong. Did they host one of the debates? I think they did. Quote me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think about that. Back to the video.
Wow. There you go.
What do you think of that?
Well, I'm certainly not going to accuse him of not making sense because I think that Morning Joe going to Mar-a-Lago speaks volumes. That's number one. Number two, I just think it's important the point that Bill O'Reilly is bringing up. For years, he had the no spin zone. For years, you've been on television. And no matter what opinions people may have had about you guys, the fact of the matter is that you never spoke about people the way that we heard people speaking about Trump going into this election. And as again, putting myself on Front Street, I didn't vote for Trump. What did I say? What I said was I think the presidency is a statesmanship position to some degree. I didn't like the way that he divides the country, and I didn't think the country needed that. What you never heard me saying was the kind of stuff that you heard on Morning Joe and beyond. And I think that because of that as Bill O'Reilly just stated, it's not the difference of opinion. It's not the different ideology. It's the hatefulness. Now, I don't, I'm working at that time, so I haven't seen a lot of MSNBC in that regard. But based on everything that I've read and the things that you've heard them say, and what he just articulated about them being ordered to go up to Mar-a-Lago, it all makes a load of sense. And I'm not in a position to be questioning Bill O'Reilly, who's been right more than he's been wrong.
I don't know what the decoupling is about, if it's about tone versus P&L. Yep. I don't know. Right. And we'll see. It'll come out. But, it wasn't just MSNBC. They spun off. They got like 8, 9 brands they're putting in this new vehicle. But be that as it may.
Yeah, but that's the big one.
Right. It is. Well, yeah.
That's the big one.
That's the biggest one. But the backstory.
Do you have any questions, Cuomo?
No, I have something to say. That's why the name on the show is mine.
Go ahead, me.
The interesting part here is the backstory. Before they hated Trump, they did more to get Donald Trump elected, Joe and Mika, than anybody in the media. I am as guilty as any for giving Trump a lot of attention and his rallies during the campaign, okay? There's an explanation for that, too, but doesn't matter right now. What does matter is they loved him. They were on videotape. Bill will remember this. In a commercial break, asking Trump what they should talk about when they come back. And if I did that, okay, I would have been fired. And they liked me at the time there, and it would have been donezo for me. So to me, what it reeks of, Bill and Stephen, is opportunism. That this was never an act of conscience.
No, it's money.
It was just money. And now they need it, so they go. As we have seen other people do, who once went at it with...
But look, I don't care what company you run. If you're running any media company, I don't want to hear that the motive is anything different than what they just said, right? For the most part, I'm talking about the big boys. I'm talking about the huge companies. I'm not talking about the smaller ones, right? So... yeah, to that point, I hear his point. But to be quite honest with you, even the far left media, they played a part in actually helping Trump as well, because it's all press, it's all views, it's all, what do people do? They're going to look into it more. They're going to do their research more. They're going to find out, oh, actually, the economy was better, actually. Oh, actually, this was doing better. Oh, actually, all of these things, right? So, in fact, I just seen a video recently where I think it was SoftBank. He got $100 billion from SoftBank. I don't know the details behind it, so I'm not going to go too into depth, right? I believe it's a Japanese bank. Could be wrong, but yeah. So he hasn't even been sworn in yet, and he's already doing things, right? So this is the stuff that I'm talking about. He's not waiting until he gets sworn in. He's moving now, right? He's making it urgent, right, to get us where we need to get to. So the urgency is what I like to see. And to be quite frank with you, are they reporting on that? Because I don't see any reports on that stuff. I see all the bad stuff that the media talks about and these companies that they're talking about, but I don't see any of the good stuff, like creating 100,000 new jobs, maybe? Are they reporting that? Probably not, right? So, and I would expect that on either side, right? I'm not just saying if Biden did it, let's report that too. If Trump did it, let's report that too, right? Whoever, right? So it's not about, and this is where I think some of these media companies are trying to go, but it's almost too late, because your brand is known for being extreme far left or extreme far right, right? So, and that's the problem. So anyway, guys, that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, okay? Do you agree with Stephen A? Do you agree with Bill O'Reilly? Do you agree with Cuomo? And do you agree with the fact of a lot of these networks now starting to, time's up, right? Starting to be, a lot of these companies are either cutting ties or cutting back, right? And because the election is over, remember, during the election, it went like this. Now the election is over. People want to go back to sports. People want to go back to watching football, right? People want to go back to watching, like, nobody wants to watch this stuff 24/7, right? So yeah, when it's happening, it's important. But now, turn on my, whatever, right? My football team, or turn on my basketball team, or whatever they're watching. So ultimately, now they're, now they're not going to make as much money. And now some people are going to start scrambling, and obviously not the people that, and not the companies that maintained a strong footing on, no, this is what we say, this is what we do, and these are our actions that back it, and we're not just going to spread lies and spread rumors and spread false stuff. So anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you kick the like button and slap the subscribe button for more. Until next time, peace.